Hey guys, welcome back to For the Classical Guitarist. So my name is John, and in this video I'm going to talk to you about how to practice your scales. Now, one of the things that people talk about is how important scales are and how everybody has to practice their scales every day to play really well, but no one ever talks about how to practice your scales. So in this video, I'm going to talk about one of the ways that I practice my scales. But before I start, I want to say that this is not the best and not the only way to practice your scales. It's just personally what I like to do in my own practice when I'm practicing them or practicing excerpts from different pieces that have scale passages in them. Anyway, let's get this video started. So one of the many mistakes that people make when they go and try to practice their scales, usually to develop speed, is that they take the metronome and try to go up little by little, getting it faster and faster. Now, even though this might help them get their scales faster, in my experience, it doesn't always work that well because they end up getting faster, but very slowly. So in this video, what we're going to do instead is we're going to keep the metronome the same speed, nice and slow, but we're going to change the grouping of the notes. So to start us off, let's do simple quarter notes at a nice slow speed like 66. Also, in this example, we're going to use the very common C major scale, and we're going to use the Segovia left-hand fingerings. Now, if you're not familiar with that, though, the music for this is going to be posted on the screen in just a moment. Okay, so now even though that might seem slow, it's super important when you start your scales off for the day to practice slow. This way your fingers can remember what it feels like to make contact with the string, and you can get the sound and the technique that you want. Anyway, once you've done that, let's go ahead and hop over to eighth notes and do the exact same thing, but now in eighth notes. So a little faster. Okay, so by now you might be thinking, isn't this supposed to help me get faster? Right now we're doing speeds that I can do pretty comfortably. How is this going to help me get faster? And to that I say, hold on, just one more grouping because we're almost there. The next grouping we're going to do is going to be a dotted eighth followed by a 16th note. And that sounds something like this. So what you might notice is happening with this grouping is that some of the notes are much closer together now. Not all of them, but some of them. So now to get the ones that weren't close together and that one close together, we're going to do the same exact thing, but we're going to switch it. We're going to do a 16th followed by a dotted eighth. And that's going to sound like this. Okay, so we're finally starting to get a little bit faster. This is where the speed starts to come in. We're going to stick to the same idea, but instead of doing a 16th note, we're going to follow it by two 32nd notes. So we're going to do a dotted eighth, followed by two 32nds. And that would sound like this. Okay, so now we're finally starting to get some speed. Now to do the same exact thing we just did before, we're going to do the same exact thing, but flip it and do two 32nd notes, followed by a dotted eighth note. Okay, so by now I think you're starting to see how we can use this to develop speed, right? We're taking smaller sections of things that we know how to do, but doing them at a much faster speed than we can do them all at once. This way our fingers learn how to move this quickly, but only at small amounts at a time. Now we have one, I guess kind of two groupings left, and that's going to be an eighth note followed by 16th note triplets. That's going to sound like this. And now here's the exact same thing, but flipped in reverse. Alright, Alright, so that's some ways to start building up your scale speed in a different way than just going faster and faster. Now, what I would recommend to do is do this on multiple scales, as well as working on this with free stroke and rest stroke. We did rest stroke in this video, but do it with free stroke as well. And also do it playing staccato. Even though today we mostly played it legato, practicing staccato is going to be another great way to work on the touch of the finger, making contact with the string. Now you can go ahead and take the same idea and apply it to any scale-like passage in any piece or study that you're playing, which is actually what I would highly recommend to do because it's going to make things a lot easier when you do start wanting to boost it up speed-wise. Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. So if you found this video helpful at all, it would mean a great deal to me if you went ahead and left it a like, as well as left a comment down below on what pieces you're going to want to work on now that you have a different way to practice the scale passages in them. Or even if you're just going to go ahead and take this practice and apply it to your own scales, let me know. Also, feel free to let me know about other videos that you would like me to make about practicing guitar, about classical guitar, about anything music related, more or less. Also, if you have any recommendations on other videos that you would like to see me make, go ahead and let me know about those in the comments down below. I'm always trying to think of new video ideas, and it'd be great to hear from you. Finally, if you liked what you saw, I would highly recommend for you to go check out some of my other videos on my channel, videos about classical guitar technique, videos about different classical guitar pieces, or even just some fun videos about classical guitar. And if you like what you see there, it would mean a great deal to me if you would go ahead and give the channel a subscription, as well as ringing the bell to be updated about future videos that are being released. And if you're already subscribed, whether you're a new subscriber or you've been here for quite a while, thank you so much. All of your support helps the channel grow and hopefully will help me one day to be able to make even more videos for you. Anyway, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.